Mine simply put is speaking proper does not equal speaking white.
Right.
Like, oh, why you talk white?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's discouraging.
What do you mean? Or other way around. Oh my gosh, you speak so proper. What do you mean by that? Madam. Hello, welcome back, you guys. I'm Cindy.
I'm Geraldine.
I'm Ayonna.
And we are the
Simple Tense Podcast.
Back with another episode. We're going to get right to it. I need you guys to do us a favor. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel.
And share.
Turn on the notification bell so you know when we post something. Secondly to that, if you're an audio listener, you can't see us, but go ahead and leave us a review. 5 stars preferably, but if it's not 5 stars, just be kind. We're a little sensitive. Or lie a little bit of both. But right back to what we came to do, guys. What are we talking about?
You talk like a white girl.
Excuse me.
Stop, because the reflex in me was like, why would you say that to me? But then I
it's triggering. It's triggering.
It actually did trigger me. Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
I'm not being mean for you guys. It's the title.
It is. That's the subject matter. We're just talking about how Black people are multi-dimensional. We're not just one thing, come in different looks, obviously, but also we are just multifaceted. It's not just one brand or way to express ourselves. So
we're not a monolith.
not at all.
I really like that word.
I'm gonna tear her up because that was one of my segment pieces.
Yeah, I'm so
You're
sorry.
a racist. Now we're getting into it. Black people. But anyways, so the opener. All right, so it's gonna be like a the first one's gonna be about cartoons. Forget it. I'm just gonna start asking stuff. So, which character was your favorite on the Proud Family?
I like Penny. Yeah.
I like Sugar Mama.
That was very left field.
Yeah.
You're out of control. You're actually so sick for that.
What is going on
What's
in
up
that
with
brain?
you?
Nah, she was actually unapologetically herself, and Sugar Mama didn't give a cannoli about anything. And I respect real outlandish, unlawful, yes, rogue agent, but a real one.
That's
She remind me of my grandma.
Yeah,
low-key.
I
but a
love
real
it.
one.
No, she was raw. She was real.
What about you?
I think I really like Penny too, but as for like comedy, I really love Oscar because he's so dumb.
Yes.
Like, why you always yelling like that? Like, you do too much. Okay, and then what about for girlfriends? Your favorite character?
Girly Joan.
Yeah, Joan.
That's my girl.
We going with her.
It. No, she's it for sure. I feel like she's just for every girl who overthinks and overanalyzes, but really is doing their thing, makes a mess, but does try to bring people together. Like,
I'm mad they cheated her out of a happy ending.
they're so weird.
They
end weird.
Yeah, it just ended abruptly.
Like,
where
she got a wedding, but then
he
went away.
Yeah, he proposed to her, and then he went off to the war, and then they just never renewed the season, and we never saw Joan get married and
Happily
find
ever
love.
I saw her
after.
be happy.
But you know what? That's how life is sometimes. So that's
Yeah.
That's
raw.
left field.
Yeah, but that was rough. She said the real. She took us to therapy. Well, I asked about those specific shows because if you were to hear you talk like a white girl, it would probably be said to someone who's like Penny or Joan. And then on the opposite side of it, somebody who would be, coined into the ghetto term would be probably Dejanay and Maya. So it was just to talk about how these are all different types of Black women, Black girls, and they get put into these sanctions or sections, and it's just putting them in a box. And you don't have to do that. And it's based off little things like how they talk or what they do or whatever.
I think we can't have that conversation without also acknowledging colorism, because I don't think it's coincidental that Joan is the light skin who is mixed race in the show, mixed race in her real life, and then so Penny's just light skin. So and then Dejanay, what did you say, La Cienega or Dejanay?
Dejanay is the chocolate girl.
Yeah, so it's just
ghetto.
they call her ghetto
jokes.
because she's a rich chocolate baddie queen.
They gave a lot of bad stereotypes to her family too. She has like 10 siblings she takes care of that her parents don't check on, stuff like that. It's wild.
Yeah,
it's actually it's a fun show, and it shows real things, but like why she had to have that story, and perpetuating that. And then with Maya, Yeah, just because she had less money and she had a baby at 18, they were Tony always would call her ghetto or whatever. It's like,
And she was actually just she was so
She was
smart.
educated.
She just didn't have the.
she wasn't set up how they were. They had support in different things. That's so real.
Ooh, child.
Yeah, these are because like it's just fun, but when you really deep it, it's like, hold on.
Yeah, there's some underlying tones. That we also have to acknowledge in this conversation, I feel.
Absolutely, that's a really good take. Okay, my other two are more light. So, anime, yes or no?
I've only ever watched like one.
Which one?
Attack on Titans.
That's
It was
a
great.
good
It was
one.
great. But
That's a good one.
will I keep up with it? Like other animes? Probably not.
Yeah, it's
Not gonna
okay.
lie.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
It is
like, it's fun to
fun.
watch. It's a lot of reading.
It is a lot. Oh yeah, and you can't turn away from the TV
It's a lot of
because
reading.
you don't want to hear it in
Yeah.
English. It's not the same.
You have to be locked in.
Yeah.
I grew up with a brother, so like girly things is not what we did. I did what he did, little boy thing. So yes, I did watch anime in my youth, not as an adult. Full Metal was fire. Inuyasha was a good one too.
I like that one. That little mean cat boy. He's so
Inuyasha was a
mean.
good one. Like the Yu-Gi-Ohs, the Naruto, all the things.
Oh my god.
Yeah, shout out to my sibling.
That's it. Yeah, I'm just not getting into anime because of just the people around me. Me trying to keep up and have things to bond and talk about. But recently, oh my gosh, it's called Dantaran or whatever it's called. Anyways,
It's like dun, dun, dun,
I
dun, dun.
know it's aliens versus ghosts or something, but it's kids in high school. It's cute and it's easy to follow along. My cousin, if there's only 8 episodes, but my cousin was like, "Oh, you can read the manga." I said, "Read." Now you're taking it far.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's cool that you can keep up with your favorite show like before it even comes out, I guess. Like that's pretty cool.
They really used to
some of them
bully
are
kids
cool.
for that.
That's what I was saying. Like it's just now cool for everybody to like anime. But you know DreamCon, like that's made by Black people.
Really?
Supreme Dreams, something. He used to make a lot of skits and stuff, and in his group, not just him. Sorry, but that's a Black. I mean, anybody could go, but it's a Black people made anime convention, and I feel like you used to get bullied or called weird or whatever, and now it's accepted. So it's just to say like, everybody don't gotta like the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? Be calm. Be calm. I feel like it's a lot better now, but yeah, it's like it's more recent. My last one, Paramore.
Die Hard.
I love that woman.
Haley and Autumn Boys.
Oh my gosh, Black
Her
people love
live.
Paramore.
No, she's literally. I
She
remember
speaks
like,
to us.
they're like, yeah, she's invited to the cookout. No,
LOL.
that girl can dance, and she is a performer. Like,
Yeah.
one thing she's gonna do, Haley Williams, she's gonna dance the whole time, do her little shuffling.
Yeah.
Love that girl.
She's adorable, and I'm not talking about ain't it fun. I'm talking about ignorance. I'm talking
Yeah.
about
No, you remember Decode?
like the screaming ones.
How
Like
did we get here? That Twilight soundtrack.
yes, I'm talking about the old head banging, hair fried with the bang red, reddish orange. Yeah, that's what I'm talking.
The manic
about.
panic die.
Come on.
I used to envy the white girl. Yo, that's one thing. The white girls with the blonde hair that could just come in and slap that
Whatever
manic panic in their hair, and they would be
What?
chilling. I was envious of you girlies
Ate that
because
up.
y'all had that. You
Ate that
really
up.
did. You really did.
Yeah. So that's just, we're multidimensional. We like a lot of things and we show up in different ways. So the big question or questions, as a Black person, did you fit in while you were growing up? If yes, how so? Were you the standard or were you pretending? And then if not, did you still feel misplaced as a young adult in college? And what about now? So basically, did you fit in growing up?
It was weird. Okay, so like first time going to school, barely, because I grew up with my grandma, right? She only knew Creole, barely knew any English. So like people would be like, "Oh, why you talk like that? Why you talk like a little Haitian girl?" I'm like, I am a little Haitian girl. So they're like, "Oh, why you talk like that?" So like when I learned how to conform, I went to a predominantly Black elementary school. So I was speaking how they were speaking, and it wasn't necessarily like how I would express myself. And then I went to middle school, and it was like, a good majority of white people there. So I would like conform to that. It was a lot of code switching. So I would like, whenever I would go to my white friends, I would code switch. And then like whenever I would go back to my black friends, code switch to that. So it was just like a lot of like conforming to whoever I'm around. And then once I got to high school, then I started becoming more and more like myself. It's like I found an identity.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I think similar to you, Cindy, as a biracial, like it's just different. Like you're part of different groups of people at the same time. So it's kind of confusing because you kind of in a way do feel like you have to flip-flop to be relatable, or at least I thought that I needed to flip-flop to be relatable, just because that's what you never want to stick out like a sore thumb, like especially as a kid. It's hard, like you already got enough things to, you got acne, you going through puberty, like there's so many other different things. So it's like I never wanted to stand out, so kind of just assimilating to, I guess, the environments that I was in, low key. So I wouldn't say that I didn't fit in. I fit in, but it wasn't organic. Like, yeah. I kind of I made myself fit in just because I didn't want to be. I made myself fit in because I didn't want to feel left out. Yeah.
Absolutely. Growing up, so I was in a split household. So I was born in Broward baby. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up in Northport, Florida. Nobody know what that is. It's just all people. Me bleeping them out is crazy. But you know what I'm saying? It kind of skews things because black girls wasn't pretty in Northport. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of, there was like some people were a little bit racist light, like it was funny type of thing. It wasn't very like pitchforks or nothing crazy, praise God, but it was just a lot of ignorance and saying stereotypes and rude and disrespectful things like it was a joke. Like we were the butt of the joke a lot.
Like microaggressions. Yeah.
That's the perfect word, because I'm just like, why would you ever say that? Like, I don't know. It's just a lot of that. Didn't love it. It made me build some resentment. So of course I didn't fit in over there, but I was a palatable black person. That's what I didn't like in defense of people who don't speak proper or whatever. Because I would be told, because when I would go back to Miami or Fort Lauderdale with my family, they would be like, oh, you talk like a white girl. That's where this is coming from. Or you speak so proper. So sometimes it would be like complimentary sounding, but other times it's like, why do you talk like that type of thing? Or just laughing at me. But then I'm with the majority white school. Literally one time this little boy said to me, it was either elementary or middle school, I'm not even joking, I'm not being hyperbolic. He's like, my parents don't like black people, but I like you. Like, what the heck?
Just so he probably didn't think he was saying anything
No,
wrong.
he thought he was giving me a compliment. Like he thought he was giving me a compliment. And I remember my little brother, when he was in middle school, he said some white girl called him the N-word, hard R. Like that wasn't micro. That was a big aggression. So it wasn't always sweet, and it truly made me build some resentment. And I had to pray about that, and I still have to pray about it sometimes, because now I take care of older, and these are our brothers and sisters in Christ. So it's never gonna be like, I hate y'all, da 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 da. But like, I've had a patient call me a black B word because I didn't give her pain medicine, even though I gave her pain medicine 10 minutes ago, and she forgot. How you don't remember your daughter name, but you know to call me bad words? I don't know. That's not me growing up. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent. But it's just to say,
you have to get that off your chest. That's okay.
No, I'm just saying, because no, I didn't fit in because I wasn't in a place I was supposed to fit in. So I don't mind per se, but it was uncomfortable for sure. And then getting out of that, like high school to college, now I'm running anywhere where I see black people, because I ain't go to HBCU, but I went to a big school. So anytime I see B in the front for black and NAAC, anything with black people, I said, please send me there. But it wasn't in a place of like, some people be like, oh, I went into a black space and I didn't fit in or whatever. Sometimes I feel like that's a trauma response. Like now you're so used to being in places where you're the only one that you want to stay in that place. Because I had somebody say that to me. I was like, girl, you need to be around people who look like you sometimes. I'm not saying make a utopia and keep everybody else out. I'm just saying,
forever.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying you need to see people who look like you succeeding. Like the first time I went to a business professional situation, and I saw afros and I saw braids and everything in blazers and heels, and it was just all young women, because I've seen it in adult women, but seeing 20 to 25-year-old women. Let me say actually 18, because it was some of us 18, 19. 18 to 25-year-old women wearing blazers and heels and hosting business meetings. I said, oh, I'm in heaven. Like, this is cool. So
That's where I'm at.
yeah, college I started to like feel like I was fitting in, but it was more like I didn't have to conform or do nothing. So it was a blessing.
I think it's beautiful too, because it's like, it wasn't until I got to college that I realized that I wasn't ugly. Like,
wow, word. That's a word.
I didn't
Seriously.
realize that I wasn't ugly until then. And
Yeah.
it's actually insane to even think about. It's not that I think that I'm like Naomi Campbell or whatever, but it's like growing up, I grew up in predominantly like Hispanic schools, like, and sprinkled in, like, there were some white people there, but like, yeah, predominantly Hispanic. So it's like, I don't stereotypically look like your cookie cutter idea of what like a Latina girl would look like.
Eurocentric,
So it's
yeah.
like everybody was like checking for like the Latinas, and it's just like I just did not fit. I didn't meet the criteria. So I was always the homeboy or like the little friend. Oh, like, she's cool, she's funny, but never once did I feel like pretty. And that's not to say that it's sad to say actually that I rooted the way that I saw myself and how people like received and perceived me. But then I got to college, I said, what is all this attention?
Right.
But then the other side of the coin of that is like, now, oh, she's not just black, she's mixed race. Like, well, what is she? It was like that ambiguity too.
Oh,
so it was a
yeah.
lot to work through. But yeah, girl, you might not be ugly. You might just be in a place.
You might not. It's crazy.
Like,
Fair.
you might just
That's
be
funny.
in a place that
Doesn't appreciate what
doesn't
you have to
appreciate
offer.
the exoticness that you are, your beauty.
Period. Now that's facts. That's facts. Because I was genuinely confused. I'm like, hello, like, what's going? Because being the funny one, like, or being clever or being creative, that's what I had going. It wasn't no love interest.
It was
like,
personality. You were
for sure. I was personality higher for sure. Like, for real.
What was your experience with that? Like,
Yeah, because I remember, I don't know who said it. I think it was a black boy that said it too, and I was just like, you kind of weird for that. Like, oh, you pretty for, you know the line. Yeah.
Yes, they be.
You pretty for a black girl. And I'll be like, oh.
Yeah, they didn't like us.
They didn't. They didn't. So.
It's a self. I don't want to say self-hate, but it is like a self-dislike, self-hate.
it's a lot of internalized things going on there with that.
It is. And it's not to say like you have to, like, everybody's entitled to a type or whatever, but like not seeing the beauty in your own people is a bit, I don't know, work that out with your therapist, not me. I don't know. Whatever, that ain't my business. But all right, y'all boys. So simply put, I mean, talking about just blackness being multidimensional or just whatever. What's simply put for this episode?
I feel like it would.
No, you go ahead. I saw you doing this. Go ahead.
No, because I need to actually decide
I'll
if I'm
go.
going to say what I'm
So
gonna say.
basically, because Cindy stole it earlier, so I might as well just say it again. Unity is the goal, but we are not a monolith. So a monolith is something that's indivisible, which that is the goal. But we're not a monolith, baby. It's so many different pieces of us. So yeah.
Love it. My simply put is speaking proper does not equal speaking white.
Right.
Cause well, this was more so like in like middle school, maybe high school era. Like, oh, why you talk white?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's discouraging.
What do you mean? Or other way around. Oh my gosh, you speak so proper. What do you mean by that, madam?
No,
Yeah,
no,
'cause it'll
because
be-
it
it'll
is
be-
something under it.
Yeah, it will be somebody who is non-black will say, "Oh my gosh, she speaks so proper. Why is that such a surprise to you?"
Shocking. Yeah. No, it is.
What am I
it's-
supposed to sound like?
that is a microaggression. Can I say the opposite too? Speaking any Ebonics doesn't make somebody uneducated. Don't ever try nobody like that. Just because they speak like how Geraldine was saying to me the other time, speak how they were raised or speak like where they come from. That doesn't mean they're uneducated. They probably lapped you in education. It's just they speak differently. That's okay.
For me, it's better to be authentic than to fit in and feel small. Like, it's not worth it. And there's just so much freedom in walking in who you are and giving yourself permission to explore the different facets of who you are as a person. Like, going back to the anime being like popular now, I feel for those kids because it's like they was getting bullied bad.
Like, for real.
They used to have to hide in a corner to be able to do, or like, you know, join online communities to find people who did what they wanted to do. And now all of a sudden it's like a taboo. Like, shout out to those kids who are like, no, I like this. And even if you're going to be mean and bully me about it, like, I'm going to stick to what I like.
Right.
So it's like, it's empowering. Your people will find you.
Yeah.
Your people will find you. Because sick is if you wake up and you have a whole bunch of people that like you, but you're living a whole entire life. So that's my simply put.
That's so good. Well, might as well keep it real after that. So what y'all got to say?
Keeping it real. Do not say, "Hey girl," to me if you are not black.
Oh, it boils my blood.
Really?
Do not say
No, because
"Hey girl" to me if you are not
Hey
black.
girl?
no.
It's
It
a
sis for
thing.
me. Hey girl?
No, I get what you're saying because I have a coworker. She'll be like, "Hey girl."
Oh, they're doing it in a
No,
way.
that's
Okay, you got me, you got me, you got me.
A white woman, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? This is no tea, no shade to the white people. But if you're white and you're watching this, you trying to speak in Ebonics to be relatable is
Okay, there you go.
inherently racist. Why? Because you feel like you have to take on a persona for me to be able to understand or relate to you.
Yeah.
We are the same human being.
Right.
Speak how you speak. Respect me and don't do that. I'm with you on that.
Cause that's
That's
something that
crazy.
boils my blood.
Oh,
Cause
yeah.
it's like, why are you?
I just be
why are you
staring.
saying "Hey girl" to me, but saying hello to somebody?
Like
Hey,
the Obama.
How are you,
the
Michelle? Like to somebody else. What do you mean hate? Ooh.
No, that's a good one. You ain't say how she explained it. That's a good take. I have a coworker like that. You can cut this if I'm taking it too far, but she dates black men, so she'd be like, "Oh, girl," da, 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 da. And I'd be like,
Yeah.
But I see she talks to other white people like that, so I guess she
Oh,
thinks
okay.
it's okay. But I see she push it to the limit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
It's actually sick. Please stop that. That's ridiculous. You
Please.
sound a fool.
And it's so like I get you trying to be relatable, but like stop.
yeah.
That's it.
Get some help. I'm just playing. That's a meme,
That's it.
That's good.
That's-
No, that was cute. She was like, "Thank you."
right? No, that's facts. Because I don't be like, "Hey, dude, what's up?" Like,
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Like,
And it's just like, I know you all don't sound
What's
like
up with
that.
you?
You all don't sound like that. So I'm about to try you. Don't
yeah, that's fair.
do it too much. For me, y'all, two things. I'm sick and tired of the way y'all dragging the biracials. Leave us alone. She's biracial. Stop dragging the biracials because it's a real struggle, okay? I know we dragging it sometimes. Some of y'all also the mix, depending on what you mix with, it's not the same. Being biracial is not across the board, but I stand in solidarity with my brothers and sisters. I stand in solidarity. The struggle is real, but don't drag it too much. Secondly to that, no, I think that was it. I think I really just need to do it one time.
A little L. That's fair. It's just when y'all be hitting us with that half massa, half owner. Like, girl, get your like.
That
that is
reminded
wild.
me. That reminded me of the. I thought it was from Tyler, but it's actually from Tyler. Earl Sweatshirt. He's like, "Too black for the white kids and too white for the blacks." Like that bar used to play it. Also, I think black with the S at the end is kind of a slur. So if that was offensive, pause. That's not what I
No,
meant.
that's not true. It's the quote. But my thing is, how is black people even saying that? You were never white.
No,
to
but
be too white.
But that goes back to what we were saying. It's like when you feel like you don't fit in. I have cousins, like my cousins that grew up in Tampa, predominantly surrounded by white people. So it's like we were having a conversation and she was telling me like sometimes I feel like I don't fit in because of like the way I speak or whatever the case is. And it's just like that's actually so real. So even I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna stand for the biracials, but I'm also gonna stand for the black people that feel like they're too posh to fit in. I'm here with y'all, keeping it real. It's a real struggle. There's some things you got to work out on the couch sometimes. Been there.
For sure.
Did that.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Like even though the quote sounds funny now and all that stuff, that's real because you ain't got no place to go.
Some of
It's
y'all do be
identity issues.
It is an identity issue. Some of y'all be dragging it though. I will
Real
say
bad.
that. I will say that. But it is a real struggle.
No, it's fair. It's logic. He ruined it for y'all because now I'm not hearing none of y'all. I'm just playing. But yeah, that's fair. Cause child, I don't know what that's like. I don't, for real. My keeping it real would be just to everybody, not just to white people, not just to Hispanic people, not just to whoever. Black people too, all of us, stop making assumptions about black people. So If a black man has locks, that don't mean he's a dreadhead and he tote guns and he blah blah blah. He just might have his hair locked.
Right.
Yeah.
Leave him out of it. And every black girl who watches anime is not whitewashed or wants an Asian lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't stop assuming things about people.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Like, what is up with you? Don't assume somebody's threatening because they're wearing a hoodie.
Yeah.
And that's deep, but we don't got to take it super far. Or don't assume that somebody's super smart and knows things because they speak a certain way. They might be the dumbest one in the room. They just happen to not use conjunctions. Good for you. Like, be for real. What are you talking about? Yeah, stop assuming.
To that point, what you said about not assuming, it's also assuming that the black experience is all the same. Like, you know, there's black Americans and then there's people who are from the literal Caribbean, who are
Good take.
literally from Africa.
Yeah.
And African culture, I'm talking about the continent of Africa. Like, even within the continent, there's different like countries and states
And
that do
different
things,
tribes.
and different tribes that do things differently. Like, you're Jamaican, I'm half Haitian, Nicaraguan, you're full Haitian. Like, our black experience and the customs that we experience growing up is not the
different.
same. Black American culture is not the blueprint to what blackness is.
Right.
So let's, as a people, just stop doing it.
Yeah, don't be so self-centered.
Yeah.
Black America is not everything.
Is not black people, period.
Yeah,
There
that's
is,
true, too.
it's so different. Like,
That's a word. Dang, that's a word. That's true. It's just, but that's an American issue because
Yeah.
in everything, not just blackness, not just whiteness, America is so self-centered that it's
That's
like that's
very
all they
true.
know how to do.
it's not
So,
even like that. Like, even in Latin American countries that have black people, you're not like a black Colombian or a black Nicaraguan. Like, you are Nicaraguan.
right.
You just so happen to be a little bit darker. Like, you are Colombian. You are just a dark Colombian with like different cultural customs or whatever the case is. But like here, but I mean, we were built on segregation.
right.
So
It's just all of
it's
types of
deep
mess,
seated and
dog.
rooted. That might have been a little problematic. I said what I said.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, what's your art or song or whatever, movie, show, TV, whatever?
Brown Skin by India Ari.
I love you. Hey. Okay. Mine is Sue Me by Wale and Kelly Price because Sue Me, I root for everybody that's black.
That's
and
right.
everybody. Love everybody.
But rooting for the black people more.
You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah. Oh.
oh God.
I'm sorry, was I not supposed to say that? My bad.
And Cindy. Oh gosh, we're gonna get canceled. And my other one though, if for Unity, is You're Still the One by Shania Twain. That song gonna be at my wedding. My mama said that it's bad because actually the man who produced it with her cheated on her with her best friend. But that's not the point.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, I can't play that at my wedding no more. But it was supposed to. What's your song?
Black Parade. I think that's the name of the song by Beyonce. We got rivers. Is that song?
I don't know. But I like it.
I think it is that. If it's not,
Whatever. Look it up
Whatever.
You know.
yourself.
and then I don't know. I feel like it's just appropriate. We are the world.
Hey, I was
Hey.
thinking that.
We are the children.
Copyright. Stop.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The Michael Jackson, he did his big
He
one.
did. That was a good one. Holding hands.
That's
Good.
The music video when they had Haiti.
Oh, yeah.
It was
What?
Disappointed.
When they did it for Haiti, yeah.
good. It was really good. Yeah, that was the episode, guys.
No.
Oh, okay.
What are
Just
you
kidding.
believing for?
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Um,
I'm believing for just like, being authentically you and just not conforming.
I like that.
I'm believing for you to be, us to be, everybody to be unapologetically themselves, whether you're black, brown, Puerto Rican, a Asian, all the things. Like, just be you.
Everybody.
Just be you. And your people will find you.
Absolutely. Deep, sincere celebration of blackness. All of it. Anything too. This ain't on anybody else, but celebration of us, dog. Let it be. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to the aunties and everybody you want to.
So that was the end of the episode. Before you go, tap into the conversation. Let us know in the comments what you believe about this conversation. What are you believing for? Were you an anime kid? Weren't you an anime kid? How do you feel about Haley, and is she invited to the cookout? Let me know. Send this to your aunt. Send this to your uncle. Send this to everybody in your family and a friend. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you back next week.
Bye.
Bye.